Bye, baby. I love you too. Bye, babies. Oh my goodness. Oh. It was so frightening last night, you guys. I'm still like in a state of shock with what happened last night. Um, I don't know. I do know. I know the things that I have to do. And just to make it right. I gotta get my kids up out of here. It was very scary last night. Morning. Still, um, I'm still just wound up from everything that happened last night. It was scary. It was nerve wracking. I had to grab my kids and hold them tight and tell them, I was sorry because I lied to them. I didn't know if things were going to be okay last night. I didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. Um, like that wall that you see behind me, that wall, we share that wall. Hey, Al Media, this wall right here that you see behind me, like behind the staircase, that wall is the only wall between my neighbors and I. So upstairs, there's a bedroom that's shared also between a wall. And last night. Oh. There was a domestic dispute, and and somebody had said that they had put the gun to somebody's head or something like that. And then next thing you know, about 10 minutes later, there's helicopters and sirens and cops and full gear and just everything just standing in the courtyard to my left. And I'm looking at them getting ready to rush my neighbors, like right next door, right beyond that wall, just right next door. I open my door and their door is right next door. I am too, thank you. Um, but I didn't know if it was going to be okay last night. That's my thing. Hey, Letitia. I didn't know if things were going to be okay. And I kept telling my kids that they were going to be, that it was going to be okay. And I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know where they were in the house with the gun. And then I have, a bunch of guns out this way, coming from this way. And I don't know. I don't know if they're upstairs. I don't know if they're downstairs. I don't know where in the house they are with this, possible gun. All I see is all these cops coming this way and looking at them like, why didn't you guys evacuate us? My kids were terrified. We heard the entire argument. We heard everything that happened. Everything. There was stuff going on in the alley. There was stuff going on next door. And then cops and guns and where do I take my kids? Where do I put my kids in that moment? And like, I know I panicked. I froze. I didn't know if I should get my gun. What was that going to do? A bullet's not going to stop a bullet. If I tell my kids to get downstairs, the bullet could still come through the wall down here. If I tell them to stay upstairs, the bullet could come through the wall upstairs. I didn't know there was like no safe place for them. Letitia, oh my God, I'm still freaking out. My stomach is in knots. I'm a nervous wreck still. I don't want to be here. I know that. Hold on. I know I don't want to be here. I don't want my kids living here. I don't want to live here. I do know that. Like, I never thought about that before, like, about living in townhome slash apartment style housing. I never stopped to think about, um, if they, like, if anybody around here has a weapon and if it accidentally goes off, it'll come through the walls and X, Y, and Z. I never thought about that. Last month, my friend told me that it actually happened here to somebody that with somebody that she knows, and then it's just kind of been, you know, just something that I've been aware of, like I'm gonna get out of here as soon as possible. Um, then last night happened, and I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be here. I just I don't want to be here so much that all I can do is sob. Just because, like, right now, I can't afford to take them out of here. But they need to get out of here. I just need to go. That's all I want to do is get my babies and go. That's all. I don't want to be here. I just don't. My kids don't need to be here. There's too many energies, too many different characters in this style of living. Too many people just too close together, and I I have not lived like that. My kids have never lived like that. And my I lived in an apartment in 1996, and that was the only apartment I ever lived in. I lived in single family homes, so I don't know. I know that I settled when I moved into here, but I know I settled when I moved in here, but this is just like last night was just overboard. It was it was overboard. I think that was just too much. Too much from, like, I've already seen enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing there's nothing more that I need to see to be convinced to pack my house up and move my babies safely out of here. Like, that's the only logical thing that makes sense. Like, I've seen enough. I'd felt enough before, but now I've seen it, and I don't want it to get to the point to where something actually happens for me to get up and move them out of here. But I need to do it as soon as possible. That's all I know. It's like at this point, it's like I don't even want to pay my rent. I just want to take my rent money and go get another place for my kids. Find a home. I didn't know if a bullet was going to come flying through this wall, you guys. Like that one. This whole wall, and then the upstairs bedroom is shared. All down here through the kitchen. That goes through the kitchen, and then upstairs, and then it goes into the bedroom, like up on that side of the house. We share that wall. It's super thin. It's scary. And because, like, I'll do anything to protect my kids. But in the moment where you're actually trying to protect your kids and you just don't know if it's going to be okay or not, it's fucking scary. And I'm all they have. Like, me. That's it. Like, I called their biological donor. I told him, come hug your kids, please. I was frantic and told him what happened. He was like, well, where are the kids? I said, they're in their bedrooms now. He's like, all right, they'll be fine. And hung up, like without a care in the world. So it's up to me to keep them safe, and I gotta get them out of here. Oh, you guys. Dude, I'm so like, I'm freaked out. Like, I just want to fucking cry. That's all I want to do. My babies. And when the young man came out, and so it was even more petrifying because, like, we care about our neighbors, and knowing that it was a situation like, he's a young black male, and just a bunch of officers, so you can even hear him in there too. He was scared, and you know they're like, we see your hands, just keep them there, we see them, you're doing good, everything's gonna be okay, just keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna be fine, like, trying to get him out of the building. And when they did, first they patted him down and they were just gonna walk him off, and then another officer noticed that something was strapped to his chest, and so the other officer stopped the officer that was trying to walk him away, and like lifted up his shirt, and I believe it was a gun, a holster type of thing that was strapped to his chest. Um, and I have it on video, you guys. And they didn't evacuate. They didn't evacuate. They had already had, okay, look at, So I heard the fighting, the screaming, the arguing, the thumping, the thudding, everything that was going on yesterday. I heard it happen. And um, then I hear cops get here, and there's an exchange right outside my door, right outside their door. Like our front door, like we share the same little walkway. Um, I hear an exchange with officers out here, and I hear one lady say that he had a gun to her head. And I'm like, I never heard any mention of a gun next door. So what are they talking about? What is she talking about? So then I think everything's over. I hear chatter in the courtyard, and I figure it's just some cops just standing around just to, just to chatter afterwards, like they do. And then things start getting louder. Sirens start going off, I am like police sirens, like tons of police sirens start going off all around, um, in the streets surrounding us. And then the helicopter comes, and then I finally get up and I look out my window, and there are two cops standing out in the courtyard, but they are shielding themselves with, number one, they have a shield, and number two, there's a tree right here in the courtyard to the left of me. And they were standing there talking. So I opened my window from upstairs, and I'm looking at them like, what the fuck? Should I be evacuating my kids? Like, I have kids in here. What the fuck am I doing? And I yelled at them from my window, and I can see them lock eyes with me as I'm asking them, should I be evacuating? And then my kids are coming in the room, and they're like, Mom, what do we do? I was like, I didn't know whether to send them downstairs. I didn't know whether to just keep them upstairs, because no matter what, this is the only thing that's in between us. That wall right there. That's it. I didn't know where to send my children because I was in my room that way upstairs. So if we come out, we're coming towards this wall and running down the stairs, like, that's all right there, right between us. Like, that's all that's between us. So if I'm trying to get my kids down the stairs and something happens and there's gun exchange, like, that's their living room. On the other side of this wall is their living room. I'm in my living room. What do I look like running my kids down the stairs? So where do I put my kids? And then all of a sudden, that's when they start rushing the door and, pounding the door, kicking it in, and TPD, and just all kinds of shit. All kinds of shit. And, after they arrested, they made their arrests and they calmed the situation, I came down here and I opened the door. I'm like, you guys didn't think to fucking evacuate me and my 4 children? At least my children? I have 4 young children, 4 minor children here. And they said, we were about to do that when he decided to come out. I shit you not, verbatim. That's what he said. We're about to evacuate you when he decided to come out. Motherfucker, he didn't decide to come out. You fucking ordered him out after you fucking rushed his door. That's when he came out. So at that point, that's when you thought about evacuating my 4 kids. After you already rushed the fucking door. The same time you're rushing the door, that's when you're thinking to get me and my kids out of this place. You guys are fucking insane. Hey, Day Moon. Hey, baby. Oh my goodness, Day Moon. Oh, I was about to message you. I just thought to message you a little bit ago, about 10 minutes ago. Hey, good morning, Paul. Girl, I'm fucking petrified. I'm fucking so scared out of my mind. And I know that me being scared is not going to help the situation. I know me being an emotional mess is not going to help the situation. But I don't know how else to feel right now. I just want to get my kids. I want to move them. That's it. That's not safe. Even again, accidents have happened in this complex that I was told about recently, where a gun, accidentally discharged and went through the wall of the townhomes. So, like, that's all I'm thinking about when all these cops are rushing and I'm hearing that somebody put a gun to somebody's head. And I didn't know if there was going to be like this standoff gun exchange, like nothing. I don't know. All I can think about is to get my kids to safety, but I don't know where safety is. I don't know where safe is. And I'm the only one that cares to even get them up out of here, or to even have a roof over their head to begin with, I should say. But look at it. Their dad's calling. Look at all this wall. All this wall. That's shared. Let's see. Hello,
What's up? Who called me?
Lucinda.
Why? What happened now?
Nothing there. They already went to school.
Oh, they want to take the bus?
Yeah.
Oh, because they said that you haven't woke them up the last 2 days on time.
Everybody's been sick, Jeffrey.
Oh.
I don't want to tell you because.
All right, bye. All right, bye.
That's how he doesn't care. That's how much he doesn't care. I try to tell them that they're sick, and they don't want to tell him that they're sick because then they know if they're sick that he's not going to want to pick them up, and they want to go spend time with him. And he doesn't care. Ah, man. That's the type, like, how I explained to him things happened last night. I was I was crying. I was fucking scared, like, so scared last night. But when I made the phone call to him to at least just come hug your kids, I didn't know if they were going to be safe. I didn't know if you were going to be able to hug your kids ever again. Come hug your kids. And don't get me wrong. I left him. I left their father 8 years ago. I packed up my whole house, my 5 kids. I was 10 weeks pregnant with my 6th child, our 4th child together. And I moved away from him. I moved my kids, I moved me, and I got us out, away from him. It was just not okay for my kids to be in that situation either. It was a toxic relationship between the two of us, and it needed to come to an end. So November 22nd, 2011, I had two 18-wheelers pull up to a 2-story house that we had just purchased, not renting, purchased 5 months prior. I had two 18-wheelers pull up to our 2-story 2050 4-bedroom, two bath, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2050 square feet, quarter acre, huge home. 5 months prior, we just bought it. And just because of the toxicity in the relationship, I left. And so, you know, me needing him to be here for the kids, I don't. Like, for me, for my needs, I don't. For their needs, absolutely. That's okay, Damon. For their needs, absolutely. But I don't know if he sees it because of his feelings towards me, or what, if that's what he holds against the kids. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I know it's not fair to my babies. So taking care of my kids is something that I know has always been on me. You know, it just really sucks when something like this happens and the kids need you to, like, at least, you know, for them, to do something for them, you know, to show them that they're cared and they're loved. Look at, I opened my door. This is, look at, that's how close it is. Look at, this is my doorstep. That's the neighbors. We share this walkway. That's the neighbors right there. Like, that, legit, that's how close. And I've been moving things out of storage and going through the stuff. Like, I have boxes here right now. So I'm just like, should I just get these boxes and get my rent money and not pay my rent here and go get a place for my kids? Like, what do I do? What do I do? I've been at the U-Haul. I've been at the other storage. I had a U-Haul truck the other day. I've been moving things in. I've been moving things out. I don't want to be here. I don't want my kids to be here. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm just still like, and I'm gonna be with my parents later. I have an appointment today. I have a nerve conduction study. My shoulder today. Hold on. I don't know if my app wigged out. So, yeah, he doesn't care, Letitia. He doesn't care. Like, he hears me. When I called him last night, he heard me, like, frantically trying to get the story out of what happened. And he's like, stop talking in riddles. I'm like, I'm fucking not. You asked me a question and I'm responding to the question that you asked me and you're not understanding. And when I got it out, he's like, "Oh, well, okay, where are the kids? Where are they now?" I'm like, "Well, they're in their beds now." He's like, "Oh, well, all right, bye." Hung up. Same as how he did when you guys were on earlier. Just like that. All right. Doesn't give a shit. Like, I couldn't hold my kids tight enough last night. I couldn't hold them tight enough last night. Oh, man. I couldn't hold my babies tight enough last night. That's all I know. I wrote it out on Facebook if anybody wants to. Let me see if I could pull it up right here. I don't have Facebook on this phone, but I don't know if I have it on my on my iPad. What is this thing called? iPad. My nose. Still sick as hell. I don't know if I don't think I have Facebook on this. Maybe I do. Can't even think. Oh, I think I do. No, I don't. I don't even have Instagram on here. I put it on my, I did put it on my Instagram too, though. It says completely helpless. That's the feeling I had as I watched from my second-story bedroom window as several officers in full gear, guns drawn, creeping towards my neighbor's door because of a domestic dispute with the possibility of a gun. I stood stunned, watching from my window, yelling at the cops if I should evacuate my 4 minor children and receiving no signals from them as they locked eyes with me. If I attempt to evacuate, I'm running towards the danger. I don't know if the person with the alleged gun is upstairs or downstairs. I live in a townhome and we share a bedroom wall, and our staircase wall is also shared. My 4 children are now in my room and they're petrified, and I'm sternly trying to convince them that they don't need to be scared. I was frozen. Should I reach for my gun? Where do I put my kids? Where, if anywhere, can I put my kids that is not a possible risk of getting injured by crossfire if it gets to that level? Why, for the 8 minutes before they rushed the door, did they not knock on my door to evacuate at least my babies? There was already a conversation that took place at the residence maybe 10 minutes prior to this incident with officers. Why did they not attempt to safely evacuate us? I went downstairs after the threat was clear and opened my door and asked the officers why they didn't evacuate me and my children, and they said, verbatim, and I have this recorded, "We were about to knock on your door to do that when he came out." Like, bitch, where? He didn't come out till y'all rushed the door, guns drawn, yelling and screaming, pounding on the door, telling him that you see his hands. That's when he came out. You mean that point in time is when you thought to evacuate us? And I said it's all on video, including me lying to my children, telling them that they didn't have to worry when I was absolutely petrified out of my mind that my babies were in imminent danger. At first, I was pissed. Now, I can't stop crying. I grabbed all 4 of my babies and hugged them long and tight. I would die for them. I just couldn't see through the walls to know where to go to keep them safe. Oh, absolutely. I know it is. I don't know whether I grab this, like, February's rent. Do I grab February's rent and run off, and grab my kids out of here and go? Or, like, what the fuck? What am I doing? What? Who, what, baby? Um, oh, cool. I get to. So, I don't know. I'm balancing between mad and fear and trying to make the right decision for my children. And my head's not clear enough to make a decision right now. I just know that, like, all I want to do is get up and go. I want to get my shit. Like, I don't even care about getting my shit. I just want to get my kids and go. That's all I care about. I just want them out of here. I don't know where to go. And with, like, the money that I do have, is it enough to even get into someplace else right now? And I just earned a $700 car bill. That's what I owe, the rest of what I owe to get my car fixed. And I just hold off on getting my car fixed and take that money and move the kids. What the hell do I do? What the hell do I do? And move them where? I need to find a place. I need to find a place to take my babies. That's what I need. Hold on, let me wash my hands, guys. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I mean, I know what to do. I just need to, I guess, figure things out financially, to make the best move possible to be able to keep my children safe. I need a place. I need a home. I need something. I mean, that one is high on there. Like, that's, like, at the top of the list. I've been wanting to get out of here. Like, I know that I wasn't going to renew the lease this summer, or late spring. I'm not going to renew my lease, and I've been looking for a place for a while. And then also because recently Like when we went to the mountains, when we went to go play in the snow, my girlfriend had told me about an incident that happened here at the same complex. Cuz it's there's apartments over there, but this side is townhomes, and then on that side there's more apartments. So like it's a townhome and apartments. She told me that a gun was discharged while she was spending time here. It just happened to be a day that she wasn't here, but a gun was discharged and it did go through the neighbor's wall. And, if she would have been there, like, something could have happened. But thankfully she wasn't. But I'd never even thought about that, like the delicate nature of that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that. I just know that there's just too many characters, too many energies for my kids to be comfortable. Um, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's who is being insensitive. Um, the kid's dad. Biological donor. I just don't. So, like, after we moved in, okay, so the summer was amazing. When we moved in here, it was like they were just relaxed. We got to go swimming just about every single day. Like, it was just a chill summer. Like, I didn't have any, um, I didn't have, like, I didn't expect my kids to perform anything. I just wanted them to take the summer off and have fun and just let me figure it out. And so they did. And then school started and whatnot, and I've been getting the house together and whatnot. But after school started, their characters seem to have changed with, like, adding some, I don't want to say aggression, but like a cockiness that they didn't have before, or in a way that they were speaking that they had never spoken before. And the only thing that changed from the last school year to this school year is that we moved into this style of living. And I was like, oh no, I'm not renewing my lease. Like, I want to get out of here. I've been searching, like, for some place that's going to fit us. Thinking that, I'll just move out of here when the lease is up. And then, so yeah, that happened. So basically, like the immediate evacuation, yeah, because of last night. Mainly because of last night. I've been wanting to get the hell out of here, but it's just more, it's like, hello, like, it's my sign, like, being slapped on my fucking head, like, get your kids and get the fuck up out of here. You're protected, but you're not supposed to be in this place, so we're warning you right now. And if you don't go, then something's going to happen. And so I know I need to move. I need to get my babies out of here. Hey, Sergio, you're going to move in somewhere. It's going to be the same shit, though. Dude, I've lived in single family homes up until we moved in here. Never had an issue. I only live in single family homes. I don't live in apartment style housing, living, whatever you want to call it. Never have. In 1996, that was my first and only apartment ever. I'm in a townhome right now, but we still share walls, and it's just too close. Living in a single family home, I never experienced this. And I've been a mom for 25 years, over 25 years now. I never went through this. Not living in a single family home. Thank you, Damoon. It's just so like it's just it really is different. Just this style of living, townhome slash apartment complex style of living, there's so many people concentrated in one area, and that's a lot of characters, that's a lot of energies, that's a lot on any given day. And everybody's going through their own shit. But because it's so concentrated, like the possibility of somebody else getting injured as opposed to a single family residence is higher because of the concentration of people. I think, at least that's how I feel. I feel like I've always felt safe in a single family home. After the summer, I started to not feel safe, and I did not want to renew my lease at the end of spring, right, going into summer. Like, I have messages, of houses, like listings that I've been going through. Hey, Antonio. How are you? Did you read my Facebook post? That's what I'm talking about right now. Oh, I wonder if the video's on here. It should have, like, shared to this, right? Not my daughter. She took some selfies. She's wild. You can't even see her in this one. It's all flash. I thought that no. It says, okay, so this is the picture that I put up. You see all those police officers? Not necessarily. I moved out the hood in 06. My life is so much better. My mortgage lower than rent, and we had great neighbors and lots of space. Not even the hood, but energy switch. That's what I'm talking about. There's just too many energies. So it says completely helpless. That's the feeling I had as I watched from my second-story bedroom window as several officers in full gear, guns drawn, creeping towards my neighbor's door because of a domestic dispute with the possibility of a gun. I stood stunned, watching from my window, yelling at the cops if I should evacuate my 4 minor children, and receiving no signals from them as they locked eyes with me. If I attempt to evacuate, I'm running towards the danger. I don't know if the person with the alleged gun is upstairs or downstairs. I live in a townhome, and we share a bedroom wall, and our staircase wall is also shared. So this was my immediate neighbor. My 4 children are now in my room, and they're petrified, and I'm sternly trying to convince them that they don't need to be scared. I was frozen. Should I reach for my gun? Where do I put the kids? Where, if anywhere, can I put my kids that is not a possible risk of getting injured by crossfire if it gets to that level? Why, for the 8 minutes before they rushed the door, did they not knock on my door to evacuate at least my babies? There was already a conversation that took place at the residence maybe 10 minutes prior to this incident with the officers. Why did they not attempt to safely evacuate us? I went downstairs after the threat was clear and opened my door, and I asked the officers why they didn't evacuate me and my children. And they said, we were about to knock on your door and that's when he came out. And bitch, where? He didn't come out till y'all rushed the door, guns drawn, yelling and screaming, pounding on the door, telling him you see his hands. That's when he came out. You mean that point in time is when you thought to evacuate us? It's all on video, including me lying to my children, telling them they don't have to worry when I was absolutely petrified out of my mind that my babies were in imminent danger. At first, I was pissed. Now, I can't stop crying. I grabbed all 4 of my babies and hugged them long and tight. I would die for them. I just couldn't see through the walls to know where to go to keep them safe. I don't even hang with my friends from the hood anymore. Yeah, I don't. Hey, Mountain Rain. Yeah, thank you, Antonio. Oh my God, I'm a nervous wreck now, though, and it's like, oh, that's a fact, Damon. That's what I say. I'm hood when I need to be hood. But I'll be good. It's crazy. Mountain Rain, you missed it. You just got here. Read my IG post. Or just back up just a couple of minutes. I just read the post again. And there was like, oh, and like legit, I was fucking freaked out because it was apparently a hostage situation where there was an infant child, the mother of the child, and I don't know who else in the home. But it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot, you guys. And I just want to cry, and all I know how to do is smile because I'm tired of crying. But I can feel like the energy just like being pulled. Then the car that I have broke down on me, and I had to pay another $700. Probably a little bit less than that now because I've paid some of it off. But to get my car in working order, it needs an alternator, and labor is like $90 an hour. And it's a lot. And I'm kicking myself in the ass because out of all places, this is how fucking out of my mind I was last night when it was happening. I told my kids to get on my bed. Not on the ground, Mai-Ling? Why? What the fuck? On the bed? On my fucking bed. That's where I told my babies to go. Like, I'm disgusted with myself
that I'm very disgusted with myself. I was thinking, do I send them downstairs to the restroom? Do I put them in the upstairs restroom? If I send them downstairs, they're headed towards the wall that we share. Where do they go? I put them on my bed. Why? I'm disgusted. Like, you fucking idiot. Your fucking bed, Mai-Ling. That's where, of all places, you put your children? Your fucking bed. The most stupidest place to put them. Oh, God. Oh, thank you, Sergio. No, Rainbow, I feel like I failed, like that it was a test, and yes, we're all still here, but I still feel like I failed miserably by not reacting. I was frozen. Like, typically, like, I can see something happening to where I know where to go or where, like, how to react. I didn't know where the person on the other side of the wall was. So I didn't know where to go. It just should not have been on my bed. I should get a man. I'm good. I have one. I'm good. Mm. And it hurt even more after afterwards when I called biological donor. I'm crying on the phone, asking him. I don't ever ask him to come over here. I don't ask him for anything. I don't want anything from him. But I asked him last night, explaining to him what happened. And I asked him to come, come, just come hug your kids. Just come hug them. That's it. That's it. Just hug them and go. And he didn't even care to do that. Like, he was unaffected by any of this. And it just boggles my mind because there's 4 little human beings depending on adults to help them through life. And I know all that they have is me. And it's just sad. It's sad. And I know that I'm the one that made the decisions, to continue to have children with this person. It doesn't mean that it's not sad, though. Yeah. I don't know. He has an older one. He has absolutely. He's fine having nothing to do with him. Because it's out of sight, out of mind for him. Honestly. His son is 21. Mm-hmm. I know. Yep. He's failed them so bad that it's um I don't care if he ever picks them up again. I don't care if he ever comes to visit them or to pick them up to visit with them, or I don't. He's failed them miserably in my eyes when he allowed. Oh, thanks, Aunt. He failed them miserably in my eyes when he allowed his mother to, or he sided with his mother when she slapped our son across the face so hard that his ear popped and both of his ears started ringing, and he lost hearing. He couldn't hear out of both of his ears for a period of time. He said that she had every right to. She's his grandmother. That's when I lost all respect for him. It's landscaping day. You guys can hear the blowers. And then I have a nerve conduction study today for my shoulder, my neck, my arm. Hey, Rain. I didn't know I hadn't. All right. I'm trying, Antonio. Like, I really am trying. It's just, like, I know what I have to do. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna fucking pull my bootstraps up and fucking stomp through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't interact with him at all. Last night, because of my children, for my children, is why I picked up the phone to call, expecting that he would even care to come hold them. I don't know why. Again, I made the decision to put my kids on my bed instead of having them lay flat on the ground or get in the bathtub and lay in the bathtub. So yeah, I made decisions last night that just made absolute no fucking sense. Hey, Eva. It's like, what the fuck? It was just a very scary night, Eva. A very scary night. I just know that Like, oh yeah, I know that. Mm-hmm. I definitely know that. And I don't allow it. Like, I protect myself. Like, when I am not when I am not vulnerable, like, and I'm, clear minded and I'm focused and there's not, you know, um chaos going on, I'm able to protect myself at all times. Um but in those moments of terror and fear, I fucking froze like a pussy. Like, that fucks with my ego. Like, dead ass. Thank you, Eva. Oh, thank you, Damon. Like, I made stupid fucking split moment decisions that are eating me up inside. And all I know I need to focus on is getting my kids out of here, but where and how fast, and like, how am I going to do it financially? Like, the fuck? Oh, damn. I be safe, Eva. Oh my god, you guys. I don't even know if I have a video on this one. I don't know if it transferred to this device. It did. Hold on, let's see if it downloads.
In the alley, asking people. Like, because there were people videotaping it out back, and they're.
You guys, down, my bed. Now. Now. Let me see. Oh, it stopped. It's freezing up, you guys. You guys.
Asking people were out there asking, because people were.
What were they asking?
I don't know, like questions like, did you see what happened and that stuff, like, because there were people videotaping it out back, and they're out back in their yards, and people, yeah. What do you want us to do? Oh no.
Just okay. You guys, get on my bed, please. Get on my bed, please. You guys, down, my bed. Now. 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 Get in the bed. Right now. Like, why the bed, Mai-Ling? Right now. Why the fucking bed? They're not knocking on our door. Yes, Damon, it happened after. His daughter, his infant daughter is up there. Look at them pat him down. Watch them pat him down. You see that, right? Now look at what happens. Look at what happens. They realized he had something strapped to his chest. That was their pat down, though. Did you see that, right? Are you guys gonna make sure that this is locked up? So I'm making sure that the neighbor's house is locked, right? Is this something like that we should have been evacuated for? I have 4 children here.
That's what we were working on right when he came out.
That's what we were working on right when he came out. Oh my God. He had a gun strapped to his chest. Did you see when they patted him down? So when they patted him down, they were ready to walk him off. That's when the other officer noticed that something was on his chest. That's when he grabbed his arm to prevent the other officer from walking him off. And then the other officer in front also saw, so they came and assisted. They pulled his shirt off so that they can unhook because it was strapped to his chest. I don't know, Aunt. Okay, so apparently what I heard was that, okay, there was a lady out there talking to the police about 10 minutes before this happened. So there was already an exchange. People talked, everything with the officers. But I heard the lady say he put a gun to her head. Okay? That's what I hear. He put a gun to her head. So now all I know is gun. And now I'm looking down and seeing officers, drawing down. And where the fuck do I put my kids? And there's an infant child in there, and there's right next door, and they've been yelling and arguing and screaming, and throwing things and glass breaking and like sounds like bodies being thrown up against the fucking wall. But that didn't happen. The only time that I heard that he put a gun to her head was from a lady that came that was not even here. Hey, Sarah. The lady that claimed the gun was put to somebody's head was not even here when it happened. Nobody over here was claiming that they tried to kill. If anything, a female was threatening to kill the young man that was arrested. I guess there was a report of a gun, and he was inside the house with his girlfriend and their baby, and neither of them wanted to come out, and just it was a brief standoff, and I was scared shitless, and I failed miserably, I feel. And I just want to get my kids the fuck up out of here. That's all I want. That's all I want. Hold on, I'm responding. I'm just so sad, you guys. I just want to get my babies out of here. That's all I want. And it really doesn't. It really doesn't look like the trap. Like it's okay. Like people are good. Like my neighbors, like we really enjoy their company. Like I don't like I know other stuff that was going on. I know that a gun was not put to somebody's head. Like I already know that. I already spoke with the mom and dad who happen to be out of town right now because it's their anniversary. And so like it wasn't between him and his girlfriend. I will tell you that. But it was just I just want to get my kids out of here. Like the young boy who was arrested last night, like he he helped me. Like the other day when I was at the U-Haul, when I pulled up, he was out back and he's like, oh shit, you need help. He came out and he helped unload the truck of the stuff that I brought. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't look, I want to let you know, I don't look at the young boy any different. I don't know everything that happened, but I do know that he did not put a gun to somebody's head. That's it. That's okay. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, I'm just so. Like my babies. Hey, Freddie. How's it going? A long time no see. I'm pissed. I'm scared. Like, I didn't even want to send them to school. It's just fucking wild. It's wild, you guys. Like, they can't even go to school and feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these fucking school shootings and shit going on. Like, I don't feel safe sending my kids anywhere. Like, I don't even feel safe with them in our own home. That's fucking wild to me. Oh, thanks. Like, I just want to move now. Like, I want to snap my fingers and get us the fuck out of here. And somehow I'm gonna make it happen. I've been arrested. All right, let me tell you something. Those types of situations I've been through. I lived it. I went through it in the 90s. I was unaffected by it then. My kids, that's the only thing I gave a shit about. My kids. Like, protecting my kids. Trying to figure out where the safest place for my kids is. I was okay in those situations alone. That's the life I signed up for when I was in the fucking streets doing the shit that I did. I'm not in the fucking streets anymore. I'm a mom. I have kids. Who need guidance and protection. And a safe place to be raised. Shit's ripping me to pieces, you guys. It's ripping me to fucking pieces. Thank you, Letitia. I will be. I will be, like, I'll be strong. Like, I'm just, like, in this just fucking moment of, like, I'll fucking clean myself up. And, like, when my kids come home, like, I'll have, at least something figured out. But I just really needed to let it out just because I went to bed with all of this emotion and I just woke up just super tight. And before I sent them to bed again last night after all of this, I called them in here while they were in bed, and I called them in here, and I got them in here and I just hugged them just tight. I just held them. And I told them how much I love them. And they're like, "What's wrong, Mama? What happened? What happened?" None the wiser. And I told them, like, I'm sorry. I told you guys that you guys didn't have to be worried. And I didn't know if, like, I was lying to you. I didn't, like, you should have been worried. I was fucking petrified. They need to know that when danger like that happens, that they need to get themselves safe, because I'm not always going to be here. And all I want my kids to be is safe and protected. I don't want anything happening to my kids. Oh. Thank you, Letitia. It will be. I know it will be. It's just so emotional to talk about, like, just because of my kids. If it was just me, like, whatever. It's not just me, though. It's not just me. It hasn't been for a very long time. I'm gonna let you guys go because that's getting louder, and it's only gonna get louder as they get closer. So that's outside. Like, can you imagine how thin the fucking walls are? I heard everything. So if a bullet pierced through it, it would have just came right in. Or several bullets. Like, who knows what the fuck. Oh my god. Thankfully, it did not happen that way. And we are here and we're fine. I just need to make some decisions and try to rearrange as much as I can to figure out
how to get my kids out of here as soon as possible. Love you too, Rain. Thanks. Thanks, Letitia. Thank you guys for coming by. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening. It means a lot to me. I already talked to mom and dad this morning, and they're like, yeah, you need to get out of there, like, now. So I'm gonna be with them in a little bit. So they're gonna come pick me up and, well, take me to my appointment. And like, when you become an adult child, you still go with your parents everywhere. I think it's amazing. But anyway, have a good day, you guys. Have an amazing one. Be safe. Appreciate the people that you have in your life. Every moment. And just be safe. Right? Talk to you guys soon.